Hello, hello, and welcome to your Rock the Holidays $1 Million Message. This is $1 Million Senior Sales Director Mandy-Rae Block, and I am coming to you all the way from Canada, and I am so excited to share some thoughts and some tips that I have for the hugest selling season of the year, which is October, November, December. And as I was planning, I had several different thoughts, but when it came time to actually prepare and making some notes before getting it on the record, I instantly thought of what has been taught to me. You know, Wayne Gretzky said it best, I skate to where the puck is going to be and not where it has been. And I think this speaks to the dangers of living in the past years of this season in our Mary-Kay year. You know, once the puck has been hit, it's fairly easy to anticipate where it's going to be. And yes, it's a hockey analogy. Yes, I'm from Canada, but stick with me. So in this season, in the holiday season, life and events usually seem to happen a lot to us. There's a lot of events, our calendars are full, and far less is easy to predict. And so instead of asking ourselves, what should we do now, next week, in the month, I think what should we do really, the question should be, what have we been doing? If we haven't stopped and taken the time to analyze and track our results for what has worked and what hasn't worked, and we just keep busy and we just keep working and we don't take the time to analyze, and that doesn't mean lots of time, but it does mean enough that you can see what's worked and what hasn't. Like I said, we literally are doing the definition of insanity. We're just being busy and we're working, but really not making any progress. So what have we been done? Pardon me. What have we done? And the next question is, what should we do? So what are some daily disciplines that help me in this holiday season? Well, number one, it's getting up earlier than I normally do. And here in Canada, the days feel a lot shorter because it is dark, longer in the morning and earlier in the evening, but it actually helps you be very strategic in the daylight. But the number one thing I do in this holiday season is I do get up earlier because it takes time to not only review the 6 most important list that I've written from the night before, but also see if I need to rearrange, readjust, or pivot and add something new. So the number one thing I do is I get up earlier during this holiday season. The number 2 thing I have done every year that works really well for my customers is I make holiday Christmas bark. And it's actually really easy to do. I've done this now for probably 10 years, and I learned it from my late beautiful sister, and it's essentially just melting down chocolate wafers. So you can go to, a warehouse or a bulk barn where they sell, large quantities of certain things. And so I buy it doesn't matter the quantity, but I buy a lot of chocolate wafers. I melt them down, and then I basically just pour it out onto a baking sheet with parchment paper, and I crush candy canes and I sprinkle them on top. So easy to do, so easy to delegate also, because in all transparency, I delegate this every year to my office help, but my customers absolutely love it. I swear some of them order only just so that they can get Christmas bark, because it is only this time of the year that I make that. And it's something easy, it's something cost efficient, it's really not that expensive, and it's just something personal. So one thing I learned that my late sister did one year is she made a bunch of Christmas bark, and when she's kind of started this before the orders, because she does a holiday Christmas open house as I do, and I'll share that next every year, is she just made a bunch of Christmas bark and she put it into different tins and containers, and she just gave it to her top 25 customers just with a thank you note, just for, their business. And Mary-Kay always said our customers are worth their weight in gold, and it's really true. And then from that point on, she did it for her holiday open house. And so if you want to give an extra personal touch to your customers, and you choose how many, her chocolate Christmas bark is one of the easiest personal touches that you can do. So that's number 2. Number 3 is tracking your activities. So I absolutely love Pam Shaw's 90-day planner for each quarter, Design Your Life. It's essentially how I keep all of my popcorn thoughts somewhat organized and focusing on what you can do today. So what income producing activities can you do today to grow your business and build your confidence? And regardless of where we are in the holiday season, some of the daily IPAs you could focus on and check off could be: make a booking, generate 10 new names, Warm chatter 10 people. Get cute and go hand out 5 new business cards. Go hand out 10 holiday winter lookbooks with an attached product sampler to the side. Make 10 preferred customer program follow-up calls. Generate 15 new referrals. Book new 2 sharing appointments. Add 3 new customers. Have a $100 sales day. Sell 10 items. Sell an ultimate miracle set. Add 1 new skincare customer. Add 1 new team member. Demo the satin hands on 10 new women. Gift a grandparent with a hand cream and a pair of fuzzy socks, and match that donation from any of your customers. Something that's simple and you can do daily, that's a discipline and a routine. It'll help create ongoing success in your business no matter what's going on around you, under you, or through you. And we all know that we're either going into a crisis, going out of a crisis, or we're in a crisis. And so whatever season you're in right now, you can still be effective. You can still create memories for your family, and you can still create a ton of income and cash. It just takes stopping for a minute, organizing your thoughts, and moving forward. And the next tip I want to give you is when you get overwhelmed or you get over full. So any moment where you feel like you cannot possibly think another thought or do another thing or talk to another person, it's really effective to just grab 3 scrap pieces of paper and create 3 lists. So at the top of one, you're going to write dump it. At the top of the second, you're going to write delegate it. And the top of the third, you're going to write do it. When you are really overwhelmed, you need to do a brain dump. And when you organize your brain dump into these 3 specific lists, it helps just put your thoughts to paper, clear out your head, and focus on what you should do. Then there's probably going to be a really long list of things that are important, but things you can delegate. And then that third list, you just don't need to do it. It's just a thought. And remember, when we're feeling that anxiety and when we're feeling that overwhelm, we're usually thinking about after today. It's always usually in the future, right? And unless we have solutions to those thoughts, they just go round and round and they create anxiety. So I know it's easier said than done, but when you do these 3 lists, it'll actually help you tangibly focus and stop and reorganize your thoughts. And it never doesn't work. I still do this many, many times. And then last but not least is a holiday open house. So if you've already done a big sale of your year, and you think, oh gosh, I just did a huge sale, or I just did a big open house, or I just did a big, deal of the week, or whatever you're doing, realize that not every single customer takes advantage of every single sale, right? So very often, each sale is going to create a handful of orders from different customers. Now, if you do the same huge sale at around the same time every year in the holiday season, your customers are going to get accustomed to that, and you're probably going to have more orders than not on that day. But very often after a huge holiday open house that I do, every holiday season, I'll do a stocking stuffer sale a few weeks later, usually at the beginning or mid-December, because not everyone has finished all their Christmas shopping yet. Not everyone is super A-type personalities like we may be. And those are the last minute items that, we wrap customized, right? And it's complimentary and they look cute and people can just grab. So I want to just reaffirm you in the fact that wherever you are right now, wherever you think you should be, whatever your thoughts are doing right now, that you can still have success. You can still make money. It's just stopping, organizing, and picking something to do. And remember, like we always say with our customers or our team members, right? A confused mind does nothing. So never give more than 2 options. Well, that applies to us too. Don't give yourself more than 2 main objectives. And then I usually pick the one that requires the most work, because then every other goal or every other objective or every other, category of something that I want to do is fulfilled. When you pick the one that takes the most work, usually all the other goals are finished as well. So especially going into a new calendar year, it's kind of like our halftime of the Mary Kay year. I want to just encourage you that wherever you think you should be right now, it's not too late. You just need to stop, think, organize, and do. And just remember, when you pray before everything and you pray after everything, and you remember that really the number one goal is just to follow him, everything else will fall into place. So I hope that I gave you some tangible tips. I hope that I gave you some fun things to focus on, some encouragement, some hope, some reaffirmation, and just know that it's not too late. That is not a truthful feeling that we feel sometimes like we're going to miss the mark. His timing is perfect. So just do what you can, delegate the rest, and I hope that you have a great, amazing rest of your holiday season, and just know that I believe in you.